From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
This is Caracas Police, senor. I have Jefe Velasquez returning your call. Momentito, por favor.
Thanks.
I have the senor Dollar, Jefe.
Gracias. Good morning, amigo.
It is, huh?
Here it is.
Here it ain't.
Where is there?
The Alder House in La Guiara. I'm staying here at Alder's request.
You are, how they call a fast mover, amigo. Felicidades.
Sorry, but felicitations are a little out of place.
Trouble?
Someone came within inches of killing Alder last night. I've got the bullet. How's your ballistic setup?
At your disposal. Just bring it in.
Thanks, I will. Maybe it's got something to say.
I hope you're right. But, amigo.
Yeah?
Don't you think is the next bullet you should be worrying about?
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Caracas, Venezuela, to the Home Office, Worldwide Mutual Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Alder matter. Expense account continued. Expense account item 5, $5 even. Tip to one Nachos Gomez, servant in the big Alder house. For a good reason. He hadn't liked the idea of my prowling the slope alone last night looking for someone with a gun. He'd insisted on joining me. True, we hadn't found anything, but he'd been there. $5 isn't much to pay for a friend, and I had a feeling I could use one. I ate breakfast alone. Alder had already gone to his office, and the rest of the house was asleep. Nacho's breakfast tray rattled when he saw the money.
For me, Senor Dollar, why?
Oh, call it appreciation. You didn't have to follow me out there last night.
Oh, you could have been hurt, Senor. You don't know the slope is a long drop to the bottom.
Yeah, and lumpy.
I didn't expect money. I did not do it for that.
I know that. Go ahead, take it.
Mil gracias.
Something...
I tell you something, senor. When you go running out there last night, I was sure you would find nobody.
Oh, why?
Well, you saw for yourself. Too much, how you call it, bushes, too thick. They could be standing right next to you and you wouldn't know.
Then why did you come streaking out after me?
I told you. It's a long way down. One wrong step and psst.
In the States, that's an old joke. The punchline is, watch that first step. It's a beaut. I got in the car I'd rented the previous day and headed toward Caracas. I passed the driving time pleasantly by counting oil wells. From that, I graduated to trying to figure how much money they made with each given stroke of the huge pumps. Nice kind of occupation? Sure. Specifically designed for a purpose. To keep me from worrying about the business at hand, namely why super salesman Billy Alder, insured for $250,000, should change his beneficiaries 5 times in a single month. Further, who'd taken that pot shot at him last night? Answers? I went back to counting oil wells. In Caracas, I headed for police headquarters and the head man, Jefe Velasquez. He turned the bullet over to his lab, but they were short-handed. By lunchtime, I still had no report. So I took Velasquez to lunch.
For a man who is living in a house like Billy Alder's, you do not look happy, amigo.
That bullet traveled an inch more to the left. Billy Alder wouldn't need a house.
It's a good point. You look too serious for a nice lunch. I fixed that. Oye, deme 2 pisco sour, por favor. You ever drink the pisco sour, amigo?
No. Will it help?
Well, they do not solve the case for you, but they make you happier about being worried.
Well, maybe we'd better order doubles.
It's confusing, the Alder house.
What do you think? Keep him alive, Alder says. But that's the only word you can get out of him.
You feel the thing I mentioned yesterday, the tension, the strangeness?
The only ones I've met are Alder and his daughter.
You haven't met Mrs. Alder, any of the others? Why?
They got home late.
After the shooting?
Way after.
Interesting.
Oh, sure. It could have been any of them out on that slope.
I do not worry about you, amigo. You will do fine.
Well, here's something else interesting. Alder doesn't want me to question any of them about that shot.
Oh?
You noticed there was no complaint to your office about the murder try.
I notice.
Because Alder wanted it that way.
Like I say, interesting. Hey, gracias, waiter. You sip that, amigo. See if it does not help. It's good?
Oh, very nice.
It will be nicer. Just give it time. You still have the Senor Billy Alder on your mind, eh?
Yeah.
Have another sip.
Hefe,
See?
there's something else on my mind.
You got to learn to relax, Johnny.
You mentioned Mrs. Alder a few minutes ago. Seemed surprised I hadn't met her. What are you thinking of?
Just that you living at the house.
No, Hefe, it was more than that.
Amigo, you are imagining.
Come on now, level with me. I'm far enough out in left field as it is. Write it off as professional courtesy, huh?
You are a pretty nice-looking fellow, amigo.
Don't snow me, just
I
give
am
me...
simply trying to answer your question, Johnny. Mrs. Alder, how shall we say it? It does not make her angry to be seen in the company of a handsome man.
I see. What's Mr. Alder's reaction?
The Alders must be people of breeding. If they have a quarrel, it is not in public.
Thanks. But at the risk of seeming ungrateful, you could have mentioned that yesterday.
It's a pretty good department, the Caracas police, amigo. You know why? Because I teach them always one thing at a time. Comprende?
Mucho, amigo.
Come on. We eat, then we get back to the lab. If they have not finished, I fire everybody.
Expense account item 6, $14.85. Velasquez drank enough pisco sours to float the Normandy. Back at the police lamp, I wished I'd kept pace with him, because all they could tell from the bullet was that it had come from a Luger. And Velasquez pointed out there must be a couple of thousand Lugers in Caracas. I headed back for the Alder house at La Guerra. Unless the members of that happy household slept all day, somebody should be alive and stirring. And they were people I wanted to meet badly. But I almost didn't make it. As I approached the main gate, I noticed another car parked along the side of the road about 50 feet from it. Suddenly it roared into life, shot forward, screamed to a stop, and cut me off, almost piling me into the entrance pillars. You darn fool, what's the matter with you?
Plenty. You know who I am, Dollar?
I know this. If you ever try a stunt like that again, I'll ram those pearly teeth right down your throat.
Tough guy, huh?
There's an easy way of finding out.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute. I asked you if you knew who I am.
Sure I do. Paul Kincaid, the lad who was smooching with Billy Alder's daughter yesterday. You taking bows?
You just couldn't wait to tell Alder about it, could you?
Your girl's been telling you lies, Kincaid. I just happened to be there. If you don't want to be seen, don't neck in doorways.
Now, just a minute, Dollar.
And speaking of people in wrong places, I thought you were a foreman in the oil fields. I don't see any derricks on the Alder property.
I took the day off so I could come over and see you.
Well, you getting a good look?
Yeah. And I still think Alder hired you to keep Peggy away from him. Now, you keep out of my head, Dollar. What are you staring for?
Well, now, everybody's full of wild ideas today. I just had one that maybe isn't so wild. Like maybe you just ad-libbed a reason for being here. And the real one is to sneak out on the slope and see if you can't find an empty Luger shell.
What?
There has to be one out there, you know.
You saying I took that shot at Alder?
I don't know. How bad do you want to marry into the Alder money? Saw the punch coming, slipped it, and threw my own. It was a dilly while it lasted. It lasted too long. You get a set of arms working in an oil field. He had them all right, and those punches hurt. So I went to judo. Even then, he was tough. I guess I better get in shape or take up accounting. A look in the car mirror made one thing clear. I couldn't take a face like that through the front door. When I reached the house, I skirted it, managed to get to the service entrance without scaring the life out of anyone. Here, my little gift to Nacho Gomez, seat item 5, began to pay off. He hustled me up to my room by the back stairs, and without waiting to be asked, he got busy with bandages and things.
You win, senor?
Would you believe it if I said yes?
Only through politeness, I think. Perdóneme, senor. That one was pretty deep. Caray.
Yeah, what's the matter?
I was just thinking, if you really win, I hate to see the loser.
Thanks, but I can do it without seeing him again.
That is about the best I can do, senor.
Yeah, well, okay, thanks.
Oh, no es nada. Con su permiso, senor.
Sure, just tell me one thing, will you? Is anything going on downstairs?
How do you mean, senor?
Well, that racket we hear coming up.
Racket? Oh, you mean El Montante.
Montante? The bullfighter?
The finest matador in the world, senor. Did you not know he's the guest of the house?
He's staying here?
Oh, sí. The senor and Senora Alder, they're big aficionados. They love the corrida.
New style, isn't it? Fighting bulls in the house?
No, senor. Montante, he just give a, a demonstration of the passes with the cape, you know?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's beautiful. Why you not go down and watch, senor? You see, you will enjoy. It's lovely, the fine bullfighter.
Anybody ever asked the bull about that? After Nacho's gentle ministrations and a quick change of clothes, I must confess I looked slightly more like a human being again. Slightly. Anyhow, I wandered downstairs, headed for the huge living room. And it was like walking into another world, alive and pulsating to the music from a record player. 5 or 6 people stood around, hypnotically beating time, their eyes glued to the great El Montante, a handsome Spaniard who skillfully worked a bullfighter's cape in the center of the floor. Nacho hadn't exaggerated. Montante was beautiful to watch. But the feeling wasn't unanimous. Billy Alder and his daughter Peggy were the only people in the room I knew, and though they beat time with the others, they both shared the same expression on their faces. Intense dislike for the man with the cape. As I shifted my attention to them, a woman tore reluctant eyes away from the matador and moved quietly toward me. She wasn't really beautiful, but tremendously chic, for want of a better word, and that made her seem beautiful.
I'm Constance Alder, Mr. Dollar. Welcome to our home.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Alder.
I'm afraid I've been negligent as a hostess.
Oh, we've just missed connections, that's all.
Charmingly put. Do you mind if I wait to introduce you to the others? When Montante's finished?
No, of course not. Please go on back. Don't worry about me. I'm doing fine.
Thank you.
I watched her as she crossed the room, then realized that someone else was doing exactly the same thing, her husband, Billy Alder. Only the look on his face was the same glaring dislike with which he'd favored the cape-wielding matador. Interesting. Then, after a long moment, Constant Alder moved quietly out of the room, as though not wishing to disturb the others. The performance was still going strong, and after about 5 minutes, I moved out onto the patio, stood looking down at the La Guerra harbor. Because it was on my mind, I stared down at the spot on the slope from which the Luger had been fired. And I saw that someone was there, awkwardly searching the ground. A moment later, they straightened up, moved a few feet to continue the search. Even in the late afternoon sun, there couldn't be any mistake in the searcher's identity. It was Constance Alder.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, 2 sides of the same old yarn. And whichever side you choose, you've got to call it wrong. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Tony Barrett, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking. From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
This is Red. Red Wallace, remember?
Sure. You run that lunchroom across the street from the warehouse that was robbed last night.
Yeah, that's right. Now look, Dollar, supposing I tell you what I know about it, what's going to happen to me?
Nothing. As long as you weren't mixed up in it yourself.
No. I mean the papers and the cops. If you gets out I talk to you, I won't last 24 hours.
I think I can take care of that. What do you know about it, Red?
That depends on what it's worth to you.
I see.
I'll have to sell out, get away from this section, so I'll need some dough. You follow me?
All right. I'll see you taken care of. Now, just what is it
No, it ain't safe. I'm talking from a booth. You stay right there at your hotel. I'll see you in a half hour.
Right.
Just you. No cops. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Beck.
Mr. Beck.
6 quarts of milk and 2 pounds of butter. Sure, right away. Thanks, Mr. Beck. Goodbye.
Hello. Hello.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Los Angeles, California, to the Home Office, Mono Guarantee Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Silver Blue Matter. Expense account continued. Item 4, 20 cents, a phone call to my friend Lieutenant Garcia of the L.A. Police, and a call to Queen of the Angels Hospital. Albert Chrisman, the night watchman who was slugged by the gang of teenage hoodlums during the warehouse robbery, was still unconscious. And Chrisman, unless Red Weller was ready to talk now, was the only lead I had toward finding $100,000 worth of silver blue mink coats. I waited 2 hours and a half for Red Weller, but he didn't show. Item 5, $2.85, taxi to the warehouse district at the south end of the railroad yards. It was night by now, and the area was almost deserted. A lost, lonely district, shabby and worn even in the softening darkness, and haunted now by fear. The only lights in the block were those shining from the windows of the warehouse office and from Weller's lunchroom across the street. Good evening.
Hello. What would you like, sir?
Cup of coffee, I guess.
Oh, you're lucky. I just made some fresh.
Good.
Would you like some cream?
No, thanks. No, that'll be fine.
Is it foggy out?
Yeah, a little. Not bad, though. Hey, this coffee's all right. You're a good cook.
Thanks. The boss always has me make it when I'm here. He says I do it better than he does.
I'll bet you do. Is the boss around, by the way?
No, he called me and said he had to go out. That's why I'm working. I'm on in the daytime mostly.
Do you have any idea where he might be?
No, he had to go somewhere, I guess. What'd you want to see him about?
He wanted to see me. Do you know where he lives?
Well, he's got an apartment over on Marina. It's about 8 blocks from here.
Think he'd be there?
No, he wasn't going home. He was going out somewhere. He acted kind of strange. I don't know what he was going to do. May I ask just what business you're in?
Insurance.
Oh.
I'm a special investigator.
What do you mean?
I'm working for the company that insured those furs. Oh. The furs that were stolen the night before last from the warehouse across the street. Oh. Something wrong?
Oh, no. No, of course not. I don't know what you mean.
Oh? Can I help you gather up that silverware?
Oh, no, that's all right. I don't know what happened. Just careless, I guess.
Yeah. Do you live around here somewhere?
Well, yes, on Dalton, 3 blocks up.
What's your name?
Carla Monte. Why are you asking?
How long have you worked here, Carla?
About a year.
Do many teenagers hang out here?
What do you mean?
Kids, 17, 18, 19. Do many of them come in here for coffee, hamburgers?
Well, sometimes, yeah. I've never noticed much.
Know any of them?
No. I don't know any of their names.
Are you sure?
I don't ask them their names. Did I ask you your name?
It's Dollar, Johnny Dollar.
Well, I still didn't ask you. If you want to tell me your...
What are you scared of, Carla?
Nothing. I'm not scared.
You're not?
Of course not. Why would I be scared?
For the same reason your boss is, Red Weller. He was scared when he talked to me this afternoon and when he phoned me later.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, you do. That's why he didn't come to my hotel. He was afraid to. And why did you drop that silverware when I told you who I am? Because you're scared half to death.
No.
What's the matter with you people down here? What are you doing, crawling into a hole because a half-grown gang of hoodlums starts throwing their weight around?
You don't understand.
Then suppose you tell me about it. Do you think that's any kind of an answer in the long run? To pull the covers up over your eyes and let them do as they please and just keep hoping they'll leave you alone? All you're doing is making things worse.
Oh, you don't know how it is. You don't have to live here.
No, I don't have to live here, but I know how it is. Because I've seen it in other places where the mobs managed to take over. And if you let it happen here, then you'll really have something to be scared of.
Maybe they've already taken over.
Oh, a bunch of kids with a gripe on running in packs so they feel safe? Is that the kind of mob you mean, Carla?
No.
They're not a mob yet, but they will be if they're not stopped. It seems to me you'd have some sense of responsibility to them, if nobody else.
Maybe if other people had a sense of responsibility, kids wouldn't have to grow up in a place like this. Have you ever thought of that, Mr. Dollar?
Yeah, I've thought of it. But it doesn't hold water.
You'd think so if you lived here.
All right, so it's a slum district. And sure, these kids start out with a strike on them. But that's a pretty weak excuse for joining up at criminal bands and terrorizing a whole neighborhood, for slugging people and looting warehouses.
Yes, I know.
Most of them find other answers. It's only a small minority that turns to crime. But if you let them get away with it, others will join them and they'll grow until finally it's too late. Well, Carla? Still nothing to tell me?
I can't. I just can't.
I see. Well, there's a quarter for the coffee. Keep the change. Good night, Carla.
Wait.
Yeah?
Mr. Dollar. Suppose I knew someone who might be able to help you. I mean, who might know something about the robbery. Innocently, of course. If you talk to this person and they agreed to help you, could you keep them out of it?
Depends on the circumstances. I'd do all I could, that much I promise.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
You're not sure of what?
Of you. Oh, I know better when I stop and think, but I've lived in this neighborhood too long. Lived with these people and...
I'm bound by the law like any other citizen, and I won't break it to help somebody cover up a criminal act. But I figure it's up to me sometimes to decide whether a thing is a criminal act. And if a person seems to deserve it, well, I can be pretty lenient.
You promise? What you just said?
Yes, I promise.
I've got to trust you. I've got to trust someone.
Do you know such a person, Carla?
Yes.
Do you know where to find them?
I think so. Well, I'm sure they'll be at one of 2 or 3 places. Not very far from here.
And who is this person?
Someone who grew up around here. A boy. 19.
What boy?
My brother.
Expense account item 7, $2.70, taxi. We went first to Carla's apartment where she lived with her brother, but there was no one there. Then we checked out a drive-in a few blocks away, a teenage hangout. No luck. Finally, we tried a pool hall down south of the yards, just off Alameda Street. It was our last hope.
I know he comes here. It's not a good place for him, but a lot of the other kids do, too. And he wants to belong.
Yeah, sure. Everybody does, in one way or another.
Oh, gosh, it'd have been different if our folks had lived, but our boy just won't take orders from his sister.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead.
Thanks. Let's see. Well, if he's not here, then I just don't know where he... Oh, wait. There he is. Down near the corner. The one with the dark curly hair.
All right, come on. Take it easy. Just tell him I'm a friend of yours and you want to talk to him. We'll get him off to one side.
Oh, whatever you say. Eddie!
Yeah? Well, what are you doing here, Carla?
Eddie, this is Mr. Dollar. A friend of mine. I wonder if we could talk to you for a moment.
What about?
Well,
you know better than to come in a joint like this.
But I want to talk to you, Eddie.
You can talk to me at home. Now, go on, get her out of here, will you, mister?
It might be a good idea if you listen to her first.
I thought it was her that wanted to talk to me. Go on, get her out of here.
All right, if you'll go with us.
What for? I like it here. It's a nice place.
Yeah? At least it's better than San Quentin.
What are you talking about?
A warehouse robbery, $100,000 worth of furs. I understand you may know something about it. Innocently, of course.
I thought you said this guy was a friend of yours.
Well, that's right, Eddie. He's just...
Who is he?
He's an insurance investigator.
Oh, so that's the pitch.
She's promised to help, Eddie. If you'll tell him whatever you know, he'll protect
Knock
you.
it off, Carla. Now, look, mister. I don't know nothing about nothing. I never even heard of no fur robbery. So take her with you and get out of here.
This may be your last chance to get off before the boat sinks, Eddie.
You're not leaving, huh? All right, then I'll leave.
Eddie!
Let him go. We can't force him to talk.
Oh, no, Mr. Dollar. I don't understand him.
I do. Item 8, 10 cents. Phone call from the pool hall to Lieutenant Garcia at police headquarters. He said there was no change in Albert Chrisman's condition yet. He was still holding on, and he still hadn't talked. But there had been another new development, a big one. And when I joined Carla in the taxi outside, she knew it by the look on my face.
What's wrong, Mr. Dollar?
Now, look. How sure are you that your brother wasn't mixed up in that robbery?
Well,
I want the truth.
I'm afraid he was mixed up in it.
Then brace yourself, Carla. Your boss, Red Weller, who was going to tell me what he knew about it, was found murdered in an alley an hour ago.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, a lonely, broken-hearted girl, a blood-stained shirt, and a fight with a cornered rat. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Mort Parkinson, Johnny, Eternity Mutual.
Oh, how are you, Mort?
I couldn't feel much worse.
It's the olives that do it, not the martinis.
I wish it were that simple. Can you come over to my office right away, Johnny?
Well, I guess so, if...
I don't often pull that confidential business, but I really would hesitate to go into this one on the phone.
Pretty rough, huh?
I'm afraid you're going to find it even worse than that. It's about Ed Morgan, Johnny.
Ed Morgan.
I'm sorry. I know he was a good friend of yours.
He's one of the best I ever had. Ed was a great guy. It's too bad he had to die that way.
Johnny, it's too bad he didn't die a year sooner.
What?
You'd better come on over at the office.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Home Office, Eternity Mutual Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the confidential matter. Item 1, $2.85. Taxi from my apartment to the Eternity Building in the 7th floor office of Mort Parkinson, Vice President and General Manager. It was a room I well remembered, with its black walnut paneling and deep leather chairs. I'd worked on a lot of cases with Mort, and with the late Ed Morgan, too. And it sounded now as though Ed, my good friend from a long time back, was about to become a case himself.
Come in, Johnny. Pull up a chair.
Thanks, Mort. Well, that was quite a phone call.
It's quite a situation.
Yeah, I gathered that.
No, I just can't talk sitting down. Old habit, I guess. Remember when we used to be over in the old Johnstone building before we built this new one? We had those old-fashioned stand-up desks. It was when old man Clement was still alive.
And before I was.
Oh, yes. I keep forgetting about you newcomers.
Meaning everybody who's come into the game within the last 40 years.
I suppose I am one of the original settlers. And set in my ways, too.
Yeah, well, what about
I sure hated to see those desks go. You could stand in front of them, lean an elbow on them, make out a report or a speech.
Mort, you're trying too hard to avoid it.
Avoid what?
You didn't call me over here just to reminisce about the old days.
In a way, maybe I did.
You know, it's funny. I always thought you liked Ed Morgan.
But I did.
And why did you say it's too bad he didn't die a year sooner?
Because I liked him. Except like is too weak a word, actually. I thought as much of Ed as I would have of my own son if I'd had one. Why, I'm the one who hired him in the first place. Remember, Johnny?
Yeah, I remember.
And I took a personal interest in his career. Watched him work his way up. Till finally he was appointed chief adjuster for the West Coast, head of our San Francisco claims office. That was darn good for a man as young as he was. And I was proud of him, Johnny.
Yeah, I know you were.
He was a hard worker, honest, dependable. And he had a good, sound future ahead of him. And then, just like that.
Accidents are usually just like that.
A foggy night, sharp curve, and he drove his car off a cliff into the Pacific Ocean. And that was that. Tragedy. Fini, the end.
Only it apparently wasn't the end, or you wouldn't have called me over here.
No, it wasn't, Johnny. I wish it had been.
Meaning?
You'd better brace yourself. Within 2 weeks after Ed Morgan's death, we started getting complaints from some of our clients out there.
What do you mean, complaints?
Oh, demands for adjustment on claims Ed had reported paid weeks before, requests for past due settlements, so on.
Mort, I don't get it.
Neither did I. So I sent a company accountant out to San Francisco on the QT and put him to work on the claims files. And we found out, Johnny.
You found out what?
That Ed's accounts had been doctored for some time.
What?
Johnny, in the months before he was killed, he'd embezzled nearly $80,000.
Ed Morgan?
Ed Morgan.
I don't believe it.
He did it. You might as well accept the fact.
Anybody else, yes, anybody else. But not Ed. For one thing, money didn't mean that much to him.
I know. We were always joshing him about living like an old hermit instead of a young bachelor.
Well, then why would he do it, steal $80,000 after all these years of being honest? What would he want that would cost that much money?
That's exactly what I wish you'd find out.
Now, wait a second, Mort, wait a second. This is one I don't want any part of.
Neither do I. But I'm afraid I'm stuck with it. And you are, too, in a way.
Why?
Because Ed was your friend. Here's a flight ticket and reservation to San Francisco. Plane leaves in 2 hours.
No. I'd rather pass it, Mort.
Well, so would I. But we can't. Neither of us. There are too many questions left. And they've got to be answered.
Not by me.
$80,000 of the company's money is missing. I can't just write it off and forget it. It has to be accounted for.
There are other investigators, Mort.
And another thing that's just as important, to me at least, is to find out why he did it. It's a failure in human dynamics. A man like Ed, a man everybody respected and trusted, and he goes wrong. Why?
Get somebody else to find out.
I'd be pretty grateful if you'd do it, Johnny.
Mort, I just don't want any part of it.
I know how you feel. It's quite a shock to find out he was a crook. It's like somebody pulling the rug out from under you. So now you want to forget all about him. Leave him safely dead and buried.
Dead, Mort, but not buried. If you remember, they recovered the car, but not his body. It's still somewhere beneath the Pacific.
All right, then. Look at it from an efficiency standpoint, if nothing else. To any other investigator, Ed Morgan would be just a name, an unknown quantity. But you knew him.
I thought I did.
Regardless of what he did, Johnny, I just hate to think of a stranger pawing into his past. Maybe I still think back to the old times in the old country when the family buried their own dead.
I know.
And sometimes, Johnny, a friend has to go all the way. Even when the other person is goofed. Isn't that what the younger generation calls it?
I'm not the younger generation, Mort. Right now, I'm older than Confucius.
I'd sure appreciate it, Johnny. And after all, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it. And like you said, Ed was my friend. All right, Mort. Let's have the ticket. Item 2, $14.35. Tips, taxi, and incidentals in Hartford and same in San Francisco. Plane trip between points paid from expense account of company manager and not included herewith. I went straight from the airport to Ed's last address when he was still alive, an apartment house in the Nob Hill section called the Drakeley Arms. And there's where I got my first surprise. Ed had always been the two-room bachelor walk-up type. But the Drakeley Arms consisted of equal parts of glitter, glass, swank, and price, including a uniformed doorman, a small private bar off the lobby, and an assistant manager with a gardenia on his lapel. Oh, he was a rare one, that manager. And it was a real gardenia.
I am, of course, most desirous of assisting you in every way possible, Mr. What did you say your name was?
Dollar. D-O-L-L.
I can spell dollar.
I'll bet you can.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, it's quite all right.
I didn't mean...
You didn't mean to be offensive, I understand. Now, about the former occupant of Suite 14.
Mr. Dollar, I'm terribly afraid.
Oh, please don't be.
I mean, there is simply very little I can tell you about the late Mr. Morgan.
A matter of discretion? Is that it?
Discretion?
Policy of the house? Something of that sort?
Well, we do, of course, try to protect the privacy of our residents. I'm sure you understand.
Even to the extent of turning down $20?
Well...
A curse one, isn't it?
Under the circumstances...
Nice likeness of Andrew Jackson, isn't it?
Thank you, sir. Gratuities of this nature are always so helpful in smoothing the rough pathway of human relations. Don't you think so, Mr. Dollar?
Definitely. It's already helping you remember my name.
Well, money is a mental stimulant, isn't it?
Don't call it money. Just think of it as item 3.
I beg your pardon. Item...
that's quite all right.
I meant...
Yeah, I know. It's kind of a habit I seem to be picking up. Now, has your memory been stimulated any in regard to Ed Morgan?
Oh, yes, the late Mr. Morgan. Pardon me, Mr. Dollar. Yes? Oh, yes, Countess Moggy. Yes, I'll be delighted to send the boy up for 2 quarts of suds.
Suds?
Would a nice dry Bavarian ale be... Yes, Countess, just plain beer. Yes, Countess, right away. Frightful old lady. Mixes it with creme de menthe, you know. Now, where were we, Mr. Dollar?
We weren't, not yet.
Oh, yes, the late Mr. Morgan. Well, he'd been our guest, you understand, for about 6 months at the time of his tragic accident.
What was he paying for his suite of rooms?
Oh, well, ordinarily we don't release information of that.
Forget it. This is not ordinary. How much?
$1,200 a month.
I see.
Oh, he was a true gentleman, if I may say so. A bon vivant. And on the crassly materialistic side, if you'll forgive me, sir, a very free spender.
Sorry, 20's the limit.
Mr. Dollar, I was not trying to coerce your generosity by, well...
Putting on another bite?
Precisely.
All right. So Ed was bedded down in a mink-lined stall and was throwing money around like water. What else? Who came to see him? What sort of visitors did he have?
None at all that I can recall.
None at all? He leased that overpriced cubicle and then just sat in it?
Well...
What about friends here in the building?
Well, most of our guests might be termed individually exclusive. Even eccentric in some cases. Except, of course, Mrs. Barrett.
Mrs. Barrett?
Yes. One of the loveliest guests we've ever had the pleasure of... Excuse me, Mr. Dollar. Yes? Yes, Countess Moggy. The boy is on his way... I know, but he has to go clear down to the corner. Yeah. Well, please tell little Pim Pam that I'm so sorry. A dog drinks that stuff, too. Now, where were we?
About this Mrs. Barrett you mentioned.
Oh, yes. Well, of course, she and Mr. Morgan were inseparable, you understand. They were together constantly.
And Mr. Barrett?
Oh, there wasn't any. Well, not recently, I mean. Deceased. You know, dead.
Yeah, when?
Early this year, as I recall. I didn't know him, of course. Mrs. Barrett moved in here shortly after his death. Not until then.
And Ed Morgan, when did he move in?
About 6 weeks later.
Oh, he met her here then?
Oh, no, they were already acquainted. Well acquainted.
I see.
In fact, I believe that Mr. Morgan and the young and very lovely widow met at the time of her husband's death, a matter of settling the estate or something of that sort.
It would figure all right.
I don't remember exactly why I thought so, but I do recall having an impression at the time that he moved in here only because of her. And as I say, they were together constantly, right from the first.
That's all very interesting. I wonder if I could have a talk with this Mrs. Barrett.
That would be utterly impossible, I'm afraid.
Now, look, if you think you can
I simply mean she isn't here.
Isn't here?
She's been gone for 10 days now.
Where'd she go?
I really haven't the slightest idea, Mr. Dollar.
Well, if she moved out, she must have left a forwarding address of some kind.
Oh, she didn't move out. She still has her apartment here. She'll be back eventually, I imagine.
But at the moment,
I haven't heard a word from her since she left. Oh, poor dear. You know, one can understand why she'd want to get away for a while. Such a tragic coincidence, having 2 deaths of exactly the same... Oh, confound that woman.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by tragic coincidence?
Oh, well, as I understand it, Mrs. Barrett's husband also died in some sort of accident. Yes, Countess.
Now, here is our star to tell you about tomorrow's episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, the trail back into a man's past is a faint and twisting one. And at times it runs through quicksand. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Hugh Brundage speaking.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Bob Bailey as...
Johnny Dollar.
Yeah, remember me, sweetheart?
Johnny, I didn't
I'm
think...
the guy you were making the big pitch for. Dancing, moonlight on the beach, the complete routine. Oh, I gotta hand it to you, baby. That was real nice acting.
No, it wasn't acting, Johnny. I meant it, all of it.
Oh, sure, Gloria, sure. That's why I catch you here and searching my room. That's all part of the big romance, huh?
I can explain.
And that's just what you're gonna do. Hey, look, Gloria, one guy has already wound up dead on this deal. I've got a strong hunch I'm number 2 man on the list. And this baby I do not want.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Santo Tomas, Mexico. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. To the Home Office, Northeastern Fidelity and Bonding, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an account of additional expenses during my investigation of the Alvin Summers embezzlement of $75,000. Item 9, $17.60, business entertainment for one Gloria Harris. Believe it or not, I wasn't going to put that item on the account because I figured it might just possibly be a private romance. But when I caught Gloria searching my hotel room, I knew she tied into the deal somehow. That she could give me information on Summers' whereabouts.
Johnny, please.
Oh, no, you're not leaving, Gloria, not yet.
I'm not trying to get away. Oh, what's the use? You'd never believe me.
Why should I? You lied to me.
I lied to you once. Only once. When I told you I'm here on a vacation. I'm not.
Surprise.
The truth is I'm stranded down here.
Stranded? Oh, sure. That's why you're staying at the Playa del Mar, the most expensive hotel in town.
I don't mean no money. I mean no passport.
Oh.
It's true. You got a cigarette, Johnny?
Yeah, here.
Thanks. Yeah. I've been stuck in this ratty town for 4 months now. Just hoping every day that I could figure out some way or find somebody to help me get back to the States.
How come you picked this town? Assuming I believe you.
Because I heard that fugitives from the States sometimes came here. I've been drifting around for a year, from place to place. I guess I thought my luck had changed here. Well, it hasn't.
How'd you lose your passport in the first place?
I'll tell you if you really want to know, Johnny. Personally, I'd rather skip it. It's a long story and not a very pretty one. And it's all in the past. Let's just say I made a mistake about a guy.
Okay, Gloria, okay. But there's one little item you haven't told me. Why you were searching my room just now.
Because I was trying to find out something about you, Johnny. The reason why you're down here.
Why?
So maybe I could make a deal with you.
Deal?
You help me get a passport. And I'll help you.
How can you help me?
You're looking for Alvin Summers, aren't you?
Oh, am I?
6 months ago, he embezzled $75,000 up in the States and took off.
Go on.
You came down here to find him. You're an insurance investigator.
Keep talking.
That's all. That's it.
Now maybe you wouldn't mind telling me how you know all of... Oh, sure. That report in my suitcase.
And the picture. Alvin Summers, I know him. I can help you, Johnny.
Where is he?
First, I've got to know if you'll help me.
The passport?
The passport.
Well, what do you expect me to do about that?
In your business, Johnny, you must meet a lot of people, all kinds. Maybe one of them has an extra passport or two for a price, maybe.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
That the best you can say?
That's the best. Take it or leave it.
All right, I'll take it. I haven't any choice.
Now, about Alvin Summers.
I'll take you there, to Summers' place.
Where is it?
Down the beach, about a mile below town. Then into the jungle a little way.
How come you know where it is?
I met Alvin Summers a couple of months ago.
Here in Santo Tomas?
Yeah. I went there once for dinner.
Okay, you take me there, Gloria.
First, I'd better go up to the hotel and change. The country's pretty rough on clothes.
Okay, I'll meet you at your hotel in half an hour.
Johnny. I only lied to you about one thing. The reason I was down here. The rest of it I meant. Last night. On the terrace and on the beach. I meant all of it. Really, Johnny. And I mean this.
You know, I'm kind of glad you told me that. See you in half an hour. I stayed there a while after she left, going over the case in my mind. Maybe she was telling me the truth. But whether she was or not, I had to follow up any lead I could find, because I was getting nowhere the way things were. Half an hour later, as I was starting out of my room to go pick her up, my phone rang. It was a long-distance call from the States.
Fred Wilkins at Northeastern Fidelity, Johnny.
Hi, Fred.
Well, how's the fishing down there?
Fishing? As a matter of fact, it hasn't been so good so far, Fred.
That's too bad, but I'll bet the swimming is all right, huh?
Whoa there, what's eating you?
I didn't send you down there for a vacation.
Well, you got a great sense of humor. You should see this place vacation.
Then what have you been doing down there?
Well, what do you think I've been doing? I've been looking for whoever it was that telephoned you and said he had information on Alvin Summers.
You couldn't have been looking very hard. He called me again this morning.
He what?
That's That's right. He wondered if I'd sent anyone down there yet.
Hey, look, Fred, this guy is not easy to find, believe me. And I think I know why. Obviously, somebody doesn't want him to talk, and that somebody could be Alvin Summers, about one jump behind him.
Summers, you think he's around there?
Could be. I'm leaving right now to find out. I've got a lead on where he lives. There's somebody at the door. I'll call you when I get anything.
Do that.
Brother. Fishing. Oh, Lieutenant Gomez. Well, look, I'm in sort of a hurry right now.
This will not take long.
Okay. What is it, Lieutenant?
Early this morning, one of my men found Senor Krause in the alley.
How is he feeling?
He had been badly beaten. He would not tell us anything, but it was fairly obvious who had done this to him.
So?
So, the last time we talked, Senor Dollar, I warned you not to attempt to take the law into your own hands.
Now listen, Gomez, if you think I'm going to take a pistol whipping like he gave me and not do anything about it,
Do
you gotta...
not misunderstand. I care nothing about Krause personally or what happens to him. I'm thinking about something more important.
For instance?
You are looking for Alvin Summers, a man who quite obviously does not want to be found.
So?
So, when you find him, it is quite possible that there will be trouble.
Granted. But let's face a few facts, Lieutenant. You and your boys can't help me. You're in charge of the Santa Tomas police force, all 2 men. And I imagine you've got a few other things on your mind besides an embezzler from the States and an insurance investigator.
That may
So
well
that
be
means
true.
I've got to do it on my own.
Very well, Senor Dollar. This morning I attended the funeral of Benito Enscanza, who was killed because he had information about Alvin Summers. If you find Summers and take the law into your own hands again, I fear I may have to attend another funeral. Yours.
That's what I liked about Gomez. He was the cheerful type. Well, I picked up Gloria at her hotel and we headed for Summers' place. We walked down the beach about a mile below town. The beach kept narrowing as the jungle crowded closer and closer to the water.
This place is in from the beach a ways. There's a little path pretty soon that leads in. You could walk right by it and never see it. Here it is.
And that's just what we'll do.
Hmm?
Walk right by it. I don't want to lead anyone else here.
There's nobody else on the beach.
I'm not talking about the beach. That's a regular jungle in there. 20 people could be watching us, so we'd never see them.
Oh, I guess so.
Okay. Now we'll go in here, then work our way back to the path. Brother, this is pretty thick in here.
Yeah. Oh, when you're walking through thick brush like this, you always feel like somebody's watching you. Imagination gets pretty strong sometimes.
I think it's a little more than imagination.
What do you mean?
Stop a minute. Listen.
I don't hear him. Johnny.
Yeah, somebody's tailing us again. Look, keep moving straight ahead. I'm going to circle and see if I can intercept him.
All right, but be careful.
Gloria moved on, and I started circling to the right. Every few seconds, I'd stop and listen. Yeah, he was still there. I pegged the direction of the sound and started edging toward it slowly. Then my foot caught on a bar. I scrambled to my feet and kept going in the same direction. There was a small clearing ahead. I reached it, stopped, and listened. Nothing. Whoever I was chasing seemed to know the country better than I did. He'd disappeared. I caught up with Gloria a couple of 100 yards farther along the trail.
Any luck, Johnny?
No. Whoever it is pretty good at keeping out of sight.
Are you sure it was a person? Might have been some kind of animal.
Yeah, maybe.
You can see a corner of Alvin Summers' hut from here. Past that big tree.
Yeah, come on. And stay behind me.
All right.
If there's any trouble.
You think there will be?
Look, a guy who's this careful about hiding doesn't usually welcome visitors. Quiet now. No sign of life. Keep back against the wall. I'm going to open the door. Okay, Gloria.
Nobody home, huh?
Nobody home. Well, he seems to have a pretty comfortable place here.
You like to live in jungles.
Yeah.
What?
Looks like he hasn't been around for several days.
Oh?
The food in these cupboards, pretty moldy. Yeah, I guess they've cleared out.
They?
Uh-huh. He and whoever was here with him.
What makes you think someone was?
For one thing, 2 sets of dirty dishes over there.
Maybe he just wasn't neat.
He'd have to have been awfully neat to use 2 toothbrushes and 2 kinds of toothpaste, and 2 people have been eating at this table. See the crumbs?
Maybe there's something around here that could give you a clue to where he might be now.
Maybe. If he's still alive.
What do you mean? You think he isn't?
Oh, I don't know. But if somebody else was living here, too, it could mean he had a partner in this deal. And it's a funny thing about that kind of playmates. Sooner or later, they start quarreling about who's going to hold the marbles. $75,000 worth in this case.
Johnny, if he is dead, that leaves you nowhere.
Maybe not. Hey, listen.
What?
Yeah. Sounds like our shadow is somewhere outside. Keep talking, Gloria. Normal tone. I'm going out the back way and see if I can spot him.
Why don't you look around the hut, Johnny?
Gloria kept up a line of patter while I slipped out the back door and into the brush. I listened.
Do you want me to do anything?
Nothing but the sound of Gloria's voice.
Johnny?
He had to be somewhere near. But where? I worked my way around to the front of the cabin, still under cover. No sign. I kept on around the other side. Then, as I started to climb over a fallen tree trunk, I saw a shadow out of the corner of my eye.
Hold it. Don't turn around.
The voice was behind me. I could see the rest of the shadow now, a hand with a gun. And I knew it was zeroed in on my backbone.
I said hold it.
I'm holding.
Drop your gun. Kick it backwards, quick.
Hey, look, whoever you are...
Don't turn around.
Okay.
And don't try to move.
Mind telling me...
Keep your eyes straight ahead. Any move at all, it'll be your last.
There'll be the final exciting episode in our story of the Alvin Summers matter tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. How to find out what you've been looking for the hard way. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Robert Reif, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking. From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
This is Reynosa, L.A. Police.
Oh, hiya, Sergeant. Any luck?
Nothing. This Topo Leanley boy's been in jams before. He's a tough cookie, and we don't scare him a bit.
What's his story?
Says he was walking through the courtyard of the apartment house when you jumped him from the bushes.
Oh.
Claims he thought it was a stick-up and fired that shot at you in self-defense.
What was he doing there in the first place?
Calling on a girlfriend, only she'd given him the wrong address.
Sure.
Well, we can hold him overnight for carrying a concealed weapon, but that's about all, Johnny. He'll make bail in the morning.
Well, fine. Let him. Things aren't adding up, and it's got him worried. He's afraid he's being double-crossed, and he's fighting mad about it. On the loose, maybe he'll be a help to us.
How?
Maybe he can find Eddie Kalin.
What are you talking about? Eddie Kalin's downtown in the morgue on a marble slab.
Sergeant, want to bet?
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Los Angeles, to the Home Office, Trinity Mutual Insurance Company Limited, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Kalin matter. Expense account continued. I was following a hunch, one that had started when Sergeant Reynosa said the police found the door of the Kalin apartment locked on the night of Eddie's death, locked with a key. And now the hunch was stronger. The way Leanley had acted, Topo Leanley, the gambler from whom Eddie had won $60,000 that night. Things like Lila Kalin had said about her husband, they all added up. But it was still only a hunch, not proof. And proof I had to have. And at the moment, the only chance I could see of getting it was to backtrack on Eddie Kalin. His hangouts, his contacts, his missing friend, Pete Steimer, his movements during the hours before his car was found blazing at the bottom of a canyon in Palos Verdes. In a way, what I had to do was bring him back to life. Expense account item 6, $14.10. Transportation 2 and incidentals at a dim little hole-in-the-wall bar out on Santa Monica Boulevard called the Cafe Eloines. It was an out-of-the-way clip joint dedicated to the mood Caribbean, complete with palm fronds, drinks, and coconut shells, and a lovely little hostess with a beautifully developed and well-rounded Latin accent.
You would like a nice table, amigo?
Oh, this one's fine. But I would like a nice talk. Sit down, honey. Let's get acquainted.
Well, maybe for a few minutes. My name is Pepita.
Of course. What else? I'm Johnny Dollar.
That's a funny name.
Oh, I'm a funny guy.
Will you buy me a drink?
Is that the gimmick here?
Gimmick?
Well, what do you order? A champagne cocktail?
See.
For which I pay $2. It's made with 10 cents worth of sauterne. You get a $1 kickback. Isn't that the way it's played?
Are you with the Vice Squad?
No, forget it. Relax. Hey, look. I'll do better than buy you a drink. What are you doing after you're through here?
No dates. When I quit work here, I go straight home, amigo. And I live with my mother.
Oh, well, that's a very good arrangement. Cheaper that way for both of you. But here's $10. What I want from you is some information. About a customer who comes in here a lot, or used to anyway. Eddie Kalin. You know him?
You are not the police, or you would not give me $10 just for talking. Sure, I know Eddie. What you want to know about him?
When did you see him last?
On Thursday, the day before he was killed.
How did he act? What did he say? Anything out of the ordinary?
He said he loved me madly, passionately, devotionally. And if I do not love him too, he will kill himself. Just like ordinary. He was lying, of course. But he always was such exciting to listen. Then he buy me champagne cocktail and borrow from me the money to pay for it.
Quite a boy.
Que hombre. He was, how you say, he was the most.
Yeah. How long was he in here that night?
Quien sabe? 1 hour, perhaps?
By himself?
No. With his amigo, with Pete.
Pete Steimer, huh?
Yes.
Have you seen Pete since then?
No. I do not think nobody has seen him.
What do you think's happened to him?
Who knows? Maybe he is too sad for Eddie dying. So he is hide out someplace, all by himself.
Well, it's a theory. Did Eddie seem worried that night?
No.
Scared?
No, not scared.
Nothing special on his mind, apparently.
No, just like always. Just like Eddie. You know.
No, I never met him.
Oh? Then why you ask this question?
Oh, just a routine business matter. What about women?
Women?
Yeah, other girlfriends of Eddie's. And next to you, of course.
Oh, next to me. With Eddie, every girl was first.
Well, what about the nightclub here? Any of them come in here, work here?
Oh, Eddie was too smart for that. In each one place, only one girl. That way, no trouble. Eddie was smart.
Yeah, he was the most.
See.
What about girls in other places around town? Do you know any of them?
No, I do not know any, but...
But you've heard rumors.
Well, there is a place which is called the Brass Monkey.
Ah, yeah.
They have girls there which, how you say it, they take off some clothes and go jump around with the music.
Strippers?
Well, strippers. Well, somebody is always make jokes with me about one of those strippers. They say Eddie has had the big thing with her. They think to make me mad, but there's no difference to me. I know how Eddie is.
Do you know the girl's name?
The very silly name, which she has make up, is Marty Midnight.
Marty Midnight.
She has black hair like me, but mine is natural black.
Oh, yeah, sure. I figured as much. It's very beautiful.
Muchas gracias, Johnny.
Well, thanks for some pleasant conversation.
You are leaving now?
Yeah, what?
But maybe you will come back. No?
I wasn't planning to.
At 1 o'clock, I am through working. If you will come back... No?
No. We wouldn't want to worry your poor old mother, would we? Keep her waiting up.
What are you talking about? My mother is living in Havana, Cuba.
Expense account item 7, $23.40. More transportation and some more of those incidentals. This time at the Brass Monkey Inn. That name had come up twice now. Eddie Kalin's widow had mentioned it first. So I figured I'd better have a look at it. The Eloines had been a fairly quiet place, dimly lighted, with a big play on that mystery of the jungle routine. But the Brass Monkey was a pony of a different tint. At the Brass Monkey, they let down their hair and really lived. The chorus line was on and at it when I arrived, and strangely enough, the girls were all dolls, pert, young, lively, 7 of them from left to right. But not one of the 7 had midnight black hair. I leaned against the service bar and waited for the bartender to come down out of the clouds and notice me, and he finally did.
Oh, sorry, Buster. Just couldn't see you for looking at you.
Oh, that's all right. Who'd bother with a customer at a time like this?
Another art lover. Man, I'll tell you true, there is the cream of the crop. 7 shining sisters. The Pleiades, brother. The absolute up-top zenith of the entire ecclesiastic firmament. What'll you have to drink?
Scotch over ice.
Checo. I read a lot. That's where I get all them big words. Always try to better myself. Get ahead, man, that's the thing.
Yes, so I've heard.
So I read all the time, and I got a system, too, a shortcut. You know all them books you see around? You know what they're full of?
Well, opinions vary.
Words. And you know where they get them? From the dictionary. So I don't mess around. I go right to headquarters. The only book I read is the dictionary.
You what?
Sure. Read it through twice, and now I'm clear up to J on the 3rd time around. You know what a joss house is?
Yeah, it's a Chinese temple. I think I need that drink now.
Oh, I'm sorry, Buster. Here you are. Say, you're pretty smart yourself.
Oh, I'm a pedant.
Pedant? That's with a P. Nah, I won't get to that for another 3 months. That's $1 even for the drink.
Here you go. Keep the change.
Well, thanks. Hey, this is a 20 you give me.
Yeah, I know.
I see. Well, Buster, the answer is no. I can't fix you up with one of the girls.
All I want is some information.
Like what?
Like where is Marty Midnight this evening?
Oh, that I wouldn't know. She hasn't been around since, well, not for the last 4 or 5 nights.
Since Eddie Kalin was murdered? Is that what you're about to say?
Police?
Insurance investigator. The company I represent issued a policy on him.
Eddie Kalin with insurance?
Yeah, he took it out about 2 months ago.
Who's the beneficiary?
His wife.
Well, I never met the gal, but I guess she's got something coming. She must have took quite a beating off of Eddie. Man, that cat could really operate.
So I gather. You happen to know where Marty lives?
Nah, she moved a few weeks ago, after she took up with Eddie. I don't even know her real name.
Hey, is the manager here?
I'm the manager, Buster. I hired him, fired him, and in between, just look at him. Oh, man, what a life.
Do you know a friend of Eddie's named Pete Steimer?
Sure I know. He hasn't been around either.
Disappeared that same night, huh?
Yeah, that was a bad night all around. There was another guy dropped out of sight, too, a hood named Mike Kelso, one of Topo Leanley's boys.
Do you know Topo?
He comes in all the time. He's, Hey, wait a minute. You must be the cat that broke his arm. Well, congratulations, felicitations, and happy days. I'll have a drink myself on that.
Real popular boy. Huh?
Oh, the most. I understand he got his start by leaning out of his baby carriage and shoving his mother under a car.
Was he in here that night?
Well, sure. That's where Eddie met him. I told Eddie to stay clear of that game. Was I right?
And you think that's why he was killed, for the $60,000 he won that night?
Buster, that's the type of question I never answer. And that's exactly why I stay so healthy.
Well, you don't have to answer. That's where all the logic points. Eddie met Tombo Laney in here that night and was invited into one of Laney's big-time poker games. Eddie was lucky, plenty lucky, and Laney got hit hard. He decided he wouldn't stand still for it, so he and his muscle man, Mike Kelso, went around to Eddie's apartment, beat him up, got the $60,000, took Eddie out to the Palos Verdes Hills, ran him off the cliff, and set fire to his car.
Any reason why it couldn't have happened like that?
No. But there are a lot of loose ends. Like what has happened to Pete Steimer and Marty Midnight.
Scared silly, hiding out.
Mike Kelso.
Same thing. He's sweating it out, waiting to see which way the wind blows. Or there's whispers around that he double-crossed Topo and ran out with the dough.
Could be. But I keep remembering that door.
What door?
To Eddie's apartment. It was left locked with a key.
So what's it got to do with everything? Uh-oh, the police. I'm raided again. Hey, Red, dump that water, bar, whiskey down a sink. Jackie, get back there and tell the girls to cover up. Take it easy, you cats. Just keep your seats. Everything is copacetic.
Relax. It's not a raid. That's Sergeant Reynosa. He's handling the Kalen case.
Buster, a cop's a cop no matter what he's handling. Now shake it up, Red. Turn on that water in the sink and dump it all in.
What the devil are you doing here, Johnny?
Having a drink? What's up, Sergeant?
I'm looking for a girl who's supposed to work here named Marty Midnight.
So am I. What's your reason?
Suspicion of murder.
What?
A guy was killed in her apartment about an hour ago. The neighbors heard the shots. And it's real crazy, Johnny. It just can't be, but it is. We got a fast check on the fingerprints. You know who the guy was?
Sure. It was Eddie Kalen.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, a stakeout, a manhunt, and a tired intern breaking his heart to keep life in a broken body. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Yeah, Johnny Dollar.
This is Peter Hanley at Western Maritime and Property Insurance.
Holy. Look, do you always start making calls at 4 a.m., Mr. Hanley?
I had to phone clear across the country, Mr. Dollar, to find out that you're right here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's right. The Beverly Hills out here in Beverly Hills.
Good.
But I've cleared up the case that brought me here, so as soon as I have breakfast, if they serve it at this unearthly hour, I'll pack up my bags and go back to Hartford.
Please don't.
Oh, what's up?
One of our clients is about to present us with a claim that I think you ought to investigate. As long as you're right here.
Yeah, what sort of a claim?
For the loss of his yacht,
How much of a claim?
between $150 and $250,000.
Wowee.
Do you know where Malibu Beach is?
Yeah, sure, up the coast a few miles. Used to be a famous movie colony, that sort of thing.
That's the place. Well, if you can find some means of transportation, I'll meet you at the Malibu Pier.
On expense account, Mr. Hanley, I can find anything.
Well, now, look here.
And on a claim that could run to $250,000, I'm sure you won't be chintzy.
Mr. Dump.
I'll see you at the Malibu Pier.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act 1 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Western Maritime and Property Insurance Company, Los Angeles, California. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Malibu mystery matter. Expense account item 1, $2.25 for a fancy breakfast in my room at the Beverly Hilton. Item 2, $50 deposit on the best-looking rental car I could find. I drove out Santa Monica Boulevard to the Coast Highway, then north along the edge of the Blue Pacific, some 12 or 13 miles to Malibu, where a long fishing pier stuck out into the ocean. Cars were parked for half a mile on either side of the pier entrance, and it looked as though half the population of L.A. was crowded out on the pier itself. Thanks to an ambulance that pulled away from the curb and headed south towards town, I found a parking space.
Mr. Dollar? Here.
Oh, hi, Mr. Hanley.
Come along out on the pier.
All right. What's all the mob so early in the morning?
Apparently, word of an accident like this gets around quickly.
What kind of an accident?
Don't you see the Coast Guard vessels out there circling around?
Yeah. Did this boat you were talking about sink out there?
The Titus, Mr. Dollar, a $150,000 diesel yacht.
What happened to her?
Apparently, it just blew up.
Survivors?
Mr. and Mrs. Randolph Merrill and the steward and deckhand managed to get into the launch they used for attending. They were picked up by the Coast Guard. The skipper went down with the yacht. At least no trace of his body has been found as yet. Captain Rollins, what you people just have to get back off the ship.
Oh, Mr. Hanley.
Now, this is Johnny Dollar, special investigator for my insurance company. Captain Rollins of the Coast Guard.
Dollar? Hi, Captain.
Have you found anything out there, Captain?
Not a sign of the Titus, Mr. Hanley. Yeah, it's mighty deep water. And I'm afraid that, like Mr. Merrill and his wife told us, she just blew herself to smithereens.
Yeah. Even from here, I can see some wreckage floating in.
They're all working around the oil slick out there, so the grapples ought to be able to find something down below. Some trace of a hull or machinery or something.
When did it happen?
Well, 2.5 hours ago. One of our craft got up here from Santa Monica Harbor not more than 40 minutes after she went down.
How'd you find out about it?
Phone call from somebody living along the beach. Tato stood out there blowing the whistle and the foghorn and woke him up. By the time he got out of bed, he said it looked like a regular fireworks display.
About a half mile offshore, huh?
Yeah, you see where they put a marker, boys?
Yeah. Wouldn't the wind and current move that slick? And whatever wreckage there is?
No wind. That's why there's still some fog out there. And they're allowing for drift. Don't worry, if there's anything left of the potatoes, those boys will find it. Now, excuse me, will you please? I gotta keep a check on Operation Loud.
Yeah, sure, Captain. See you later. Hanley, you say Mr. and Mrs. Merrill are okay, huh?
Well, if the Coast Guard and Santa Monica are through with them, they're probably back at their home in Westwood.
I think I'd like to talk to them.
By all means.
Though I don't exactly see any particular reason for investigating.
Yeah, company policy, Mr. Dollar, on any claim over $100,000.
Yeah, but the claim can't have been made yet.
Don't worry, it will be.
Wait a minute. $150,000 yacht. But you said the claim could go as high as $250,000.
Yes, that's because of Mrs. Merrill's jewelry, which she always took with her.
Oh, was that lost too?
I don't know. I haven't yet talked to her.
Then let's do it.
Well, if it hadn't been for a friend of mine living up on the hill behind the beach who was also awakened and saw the explosion, I wouldn't have known about it even this soon.
Yeah. Well, come on, let's talk to the Merrills. Pete Hanley had his own car, so I tailed him to the Merrill home in Westwood. It was in a nice, but certainly not a fancy section. I'd have thought a man with a $150,000 yacht would live in the snooty Bel Air property, the Brentwood Hill, Zippy Palisades. One of the sections that displayed a little more wealth. However, Mr. Merrill pretty well explained.
And quite frankly, when I had to take such a loss in selling out my plastics business, I decided we'd better retrench a bit.
And really, Mr. Dollar, I don't miss that lovely big place we had in Bel Air one bit. After all, they're just the two of us, and we don't do a lot of entertainings. More coffee.
No.
As a matter of fact, Dollar, I was thinking of selling the taters for, well, to be frank about it, for purely economic reasons.
Oh? Wouldn't it have been pretty hard to get your price for a boat like that?
Possibly. Quite frankly, the maintenance on it alone became quite a burden after I lost my business. But no matter. Now the insurance will pay for it.
Mr. and Mrs. Merrill, there is one thing that I must find out.
Yes, Mr. Daniels.
Mrs. Merrill, jewelry.
No, thank heaven. No, that's safe.
Careful, dear, of the glass top on that table.
Oh, sorry.
No, you see, Mr. Hanley, the jewels were the first thing I thought of when the engine on the tater started making funny sounds and woke me up.
Well, I am glad of that.
Here they are, all safe and sound in the little casket I keep them in. Oh, look at them, Mr. Dollar. Aren't they beautiful?
Yes, very. But now suppose you tell me just what happened out there on the yacht. They said they'd been cruising peacefully up the coast, all hands on board asleep except for the skipper at the wheel. Then the engine started making strange sounds, shaking the whole yacht. The Merrills and the crew jumped out of their beds and rushed on deck. By then, the captain had discovered something wrong with the fuel system, so he ordered them off from the tender while he tried to operate the extinguisher system. Then, barely minutes after they cleared her side, came a series of explosions. And that was the last they saw of the Tatus and her captain. As for the Merrills, they were humbly glad they'd been lucky enough to escape. Lucky? Suddenly, sitting there, idly toying with the jewels, I discovered something that... Yeah, believe me, this case did need investigation. Needed it bad.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
And now for another episode in the life of Sergeant Donald Bellwether, my husband. Hi, honey. Did you fix the windshield wipers?
I sure did, Reba. How's that?
Oh, you fixed them. Good for you, Donald.
Thank you, my dear. Well, that's that. Now, if it rains, we're prepared for it, huh? I feel better now.
Oh, me too. A driver has to see the danger if he expects to avoid it.
That's right. And also keep the back and side windows clear in rain and snowy weather.
That's right. Oh, how about the horn?
The horn?
The horn doesn't work, Sergeant. Aren't you going to fix it?
No, I don't think so. Frankly, Reba, I hate horns. Whenever there's a traffic jam, the first thing some guys do is blow their horn.
Which does absolutely no good.
Of course not. All it does is jar everyone's nerves. No, I don't think I'll fix the horn.
Oh, but now wait a minute, Don.
Hmm?
Look, supposing we're driving along and suddenly we see a youngster on his bicycle headed right out into the street. Sounding that horn will warn him and possibly avoid a tragic accident.
Yes, that's true, but...
Or supposing we're driving on the highway and just as we're about to pass a car, that car decides to pull out into our lane and pass the car ahead of him. He obviously doesn't see us, and he won't hear us shout. But one little beep on that horn and he'll automatically scoot back and avoid a collision.
Reba, you've convinced me. Even though it can be a nuisance, the automobile horn is a necessity.
Then you'll repair it?
Immediate.
Oh, that's my Donald. That's my doll.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Malibu Mystery Matter.
Remember when you were a kid and first found out about how mercury would plate a piece of gold, make it look like silver? How you went around putting it on everything made of gold that you could find? And remember when you first learned that a diamond would put a scratch on glass? How you went around with your mother's engagement ring, cutting grooves in window panes, glass tabletops, and so on? Okay. Sitting there, listening to the Merrills tell about the explosion on their yacht, I toyed with some of the beautiful jewelry Mrs. Merrill had been able to save. Jewelry insured for $100,000. Absent-mindedly, I dragged the diamond in one of her rings across the glass top of the coffee table a couple of times. Then again with pressure. And it did not cut into the glass. I tried a couple of the other so-called diamonds among her jewelry. Same result. No result. Those highly insured jewels were paste.
Well, Mr. Dollar, it looks like we have the whole story now.
Yeah, it sure looks that way.
And Mr. Merrill, whenever you're ready, you just file your claim and we'll take care of it.
All right, Mr. Hanley. And quite frankly, well, why kid about it? Now that I've lost my business, I can well use the money.
Oh? Then I'm kind of surprised you haven't sold some of these jewels.
Dollar, there is a thing called sentiment that even money can't buy.
Why, of course, Mr. Dollar. Before I part with these jewels...
Yes, I'm sure. Shall we go, Henley?
But if you're perfectly satisfied with the Merrill's account of the wreck, why go back to Malibu?
Did I say I was perfectly satisfied, Henley? Look, wouldn't you feel a lot better if that wreck could be located, maybe brought up for examination?
Oh, yes, but you're certainly lucky Mrs. Merrill saved that fortune in jewelry.
What jewelry?
What are you talking about? You saw it yourself.
Did I?
And it's covered for $100,000.
That jewelry that she showed me?
What are you getting at, Dollar?
Look, I take it Merrill's business came a cropper, huh?
Why, yes, he simply bit off more than he could chew. You know, overestimated his market, overexpanded. Matter of fact, I've been thankful these past couple of years that I didn't fall for his picture and burst in it. Merrill's quite a promoter, you know.
You mean a crook?
Why, I didn't say that. No, that's it. Here's Bel Air Estate, whereing us to live. Here's yacht, her jewelry, that sort of thing. They will all impress the people he got to finance his venture.
A real fast guy was somebody else's buck, huh?
Yeah, I guess you could say that about him.
So that's why you wanted me to investigate this so-called accident to his yacht.
No, not at all. As I told you. What do you mean by so-called?
Hanley, you say a friend of yours actually saw the explosion.
That's how I learned of it almost as soon as the Coast Guard. But now,
and if you know the address, that's where we're going.
I told you, he lives up on a hill overlooking Malibu Beach.
Only first we're going to stop at the Santa Monica Coast Guard station and pick up a chart or two.
Why?
Also, if you know a good surveyor, we'll take him along with us.
Dollar?
Yeah, Hanley? I've got an idea that may save your company a lot of money.
Yeah.
At the Coast Guard station, we picked up a navigation chart and a topographical map of the Malibu area. Then we picked up a surveyor named Barkley, who dragged along one of those tripod surveying instruments. Then on to the house of Hanley's friend up in the Malibu Hills. And from him, we got some information that began to bear out some of my suspicion.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. When I heard the yacht's whistle and the foghorn, I hopped out of bed and I stood right here in this doorway to the port.
Leaning against it the way you are right now, Mr. Dawkins?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. But of course, it was so dark, it was so foggy out there over the ocean. I was about to go back to bed, and then, boom, the boat exploded.
Where?
Oh, I can tell you exactly where. From here, that is.
What do you mean?
Well, the flash it made. It was, right square between those two trees.
All right, Mr. Barkley. Set up your transit and get a line on that.
Yep.
Then plot the line on this map.
Right.
Dollar, look. You look, Hanley. See that marker buoy where the Coast Guard boats are looking for the wreck? Well, the line Mr. Dobkin has given us is nowhere near that.
Well, yeah.
Mr. Dobkin, do you suppose any of your neighbors heard the noise and got up for a look?
I certainly would think so.
Then we really have something to work on.
But, Dollar, I still don't understand.
You will, Mr. Hanley. You will. Plenty.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. Times have changed, and so has the man. How often do we hear the phrase, those were the good old days? But were they? Let's look at the record. During the War of 1812, the man who discharged a missile of destruction had a pretty simple job. A lighted taper, a fuse, some gunpowder, a metal ball, then an explosion. And the metal ball was propelled toward its target, located a few hundred yards away. Now, go back in time to the year 1327. Again, the operation was simple. The taper, the gunpowder, but this time, an enlarged arrow fitted into a block of metal. A man and nail, a smoky explosion, and the arrow flies a few hundred feet. Now, come up to the present. Seated before a complicated control panel is another man, ready to discharge a missile. He, however, is a far cry from that artilleryman of 1812 or the cannoneer of 1327. This man is a skilled, tutored technician. He knows his job. He pushes a button, and a sleek, slim, pointed missile blasts its way into the heavens. Its trajectory has been predetermined by other men with modern-day technological know-how. The missile lands, not a few hundred feet or yards from its launching site, but 3,000, 4,000, or 5,000 miles away. Quite a difference, isn't it? Yes, times have changed, and so has the man.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Malibu Mystery Matter.
Pete Hanley, the insurance man, and Barkley, the surveyor, and I continued our interviews of people living along Malibu Beach who'd seen the yacht explode.
Yes, sir. I just rode right up in bed, and I could see straight out my front window.
And you saw the actual explosion, Mrs. Ray?
I certainly did. Right out through there.
Good, thank you. Okay, Mr. Barkley, get a bead on it with your surveying instrument, then plot it on the map.
That's right, sir. I see the flash right the other side of that big oleander bush out there in the yard.
And you were standing right here, Mr. Phillips?
Exactly here, yes, sir. Why, it would like to lit up the whole sky.
Okay, Mr. Barkley.
Right? Why, even through the fog I could see it just plain as day.
I'll say I did. Gee, you see, we was having a little party, and I was just going in the kitchen to make us some scrambled eggs.
Yes, well, now, just where...
You know how it is, after being up all night and having some drink.
Well, where were you
When
standing?
the whistle started and the fog on, we came out here.
Right where you're
and
standing
all
now?
of a sudden, Bluey. Gee, me and my sons, we thought it was the 4th of July all over again, and
Barkley,
she
you
would have
take over.
known.
Yes, sir.
So according to our survey, Captain Rollins, your boats have been looking in the wrong area for that wreck.
Yeah, Mr. Dollar, according to this chart the surveyor made, the Tatus went down right on top of Calico Rocks. That's the formation only about 30 feet below the surface. That means that our divers will have no trouble at all finding the wreck.
Then go to it, Captain. We'll be at the Beverly Hill. Let me know what you find.
Will do, Mr. Dollar.
Item 3, 5:25 for some lunch. Then we went up to my room and waited. Finally, a couple of hours later, came the call from Captain Rollins.
Well, Mr. Dollar, our diver didn't find a sign of her, not a sign of the Tatus or any part of her, but
Yes, Captain?
we did find a lot of, well, they looked like heavy cans at first off.
Like, maybe they'd contained some kind of explosive?
Exactly like that, and some heavy logs and tie chain wedged into the rocks, like an explosion had driven them in.
A raft? Maybe loaded with dynamite or something to make the explosion everybody saw?
Exactly. But what I don't understand is the oil slick we found, the wreckage floating around.
Captain, I think that oil slick and the flotsam were planted out there.
Well, then listen.
Look, check every port on the Mexican coast, large or small, for the Tatus. I'll talk to you later. Come on, Hanley. We're going out to see the Merrills. On the way out to Westwood, I wondered. I was satisfied. I was sure. I knew just how Merrill had pulled his little fraud. Little? What's little about a few $100,000? But I needed more than that for the sake of the insurance company who'd have to prosecute. So when we got there, I decided to try a bluff.
Come in, Mr. Dollar. Mr. Hanley. I didn't expect to see you back here so soon.
Yes, won't you gentlemen sit down?
Merrill, I think you ought to know the Coast Guard finally found something out there off Malibu.
Oh?
Yeah. The remains of your skipper on the Tatus.
What?
That's impossible.
Nancy.
Also, evidence that he'd been murdered.
Murdered?
Probably by you, Merrill.
No, he's still alive.
What?
Wait, Nancy.
Can you prove it?
Yes.
Or would you rather have your husband charged with his murder?
No. He's in Mexico with the yacht.
Nancy, be quiet.
That's what I figured. At some remote little port on the coast of Mexico, he and the Tatus.
Dollar.
Where the yacht can be completely gone over, disguised. Meanwhile, of course, you thought you'd collect the insurance on her because of the completely phony wreck you almost got away with. Thanks to the fog and the dark.
Nancy, you fool. I could... All right. How did you find out, Mr. Dollar?
Your wife's phony jewels tipped me off that you're not exactly paragons of virtue.
Phony, Mr. Dollar?
Case, Stanley, and nothing else. And I'll lay odds they'll sell the originals, that they plan to carefully lose the fakes.
Why didn't they claim to lose them in the wreck?
Oh, that would have been overplaying their hands. Apparently, having saved those jewels made the wreck look all the more legitimate. But the really clever stunt was dumping oil on the water and some odd bits of wreckage away from the spot where they blew up the raft. Yeah, it almost kept the Coast Guard from finding the cans of explosives they'd used for the little fireworks display.
But, Merrill, the only thing around here that's been sunk is you. Dollar, I'll fight you and this insurance company with every legal trick in the book.
You know something, Mr. Merrill? I don't think you'll get to first base. Yeah? When a crook tries to pull a fast one on an honest insurance company, well, you'll see what I mean when the courts get through with Merrill and his wife. Expense accounts total, including mileage on the rental car and a couple of extra days to Beverly Hilton, $101.50. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Paula Winslow, Eleanor Audley, Gene Tatum, Ben Wright, Harry Bartell, Will Rice, Florence Sobkin, and Barney Phillips. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, has been a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Good day, darling. John One, Johnny Dollar. Look sure, Johnny. Oh, yes, Mr. Talk.
Our company owes a apology on Miss Judith Compton. She was killed.
Oh.
Somebody shot her. You'll have to come to Los Angeles.
I'll book straight, by the way.
File down to the office as soon as you can, and I'll give you the details.
Don't want to say when I'm yours. We'll return to our program in a moment. But first, I'd like to say a few words about jamming. And I don't mean Mother's Preserve. During wartime, it has frequently been the practice of an enemy country to jam our radio communication. That is, to cut into our broadcasting with broadcasting of their own, so that our radio messages cannot be received with any degree of clarity. There was a time when our civilian radio broadcasts were jammed too, unintentional though it was. As you can imagine, it was quite a mess, and still could be. Can you imagine what would happen today if there was no coordination among our many radio and TV stations? Or if the telephone companies didn't cooperate? When radio broadcasting first began in our country, each station chose its own call letter, hour, and spot on the dial. It wasn't long before 2 or 3 stations would try to come in on the same spot, and the poor listener couldn't understand a thing he heard. So, to get things organized, the Federal Communications Commission was born. Licenses were issued to each station and to qualified operating engineers. The same thing now applies to TV stations. Today, a radio or TV station may request certain call letters, and if no one else has them, the call letters are issued. But power and the spot on the dial are restricted by laws of nature, and the FCC engineers don't have much choice in what they tell the station operator he can or cannot do. With the telephone and telegraph, however, the situation is different. The FCC makes sure the rates are fair both to the company and to the consumer, and that all the independent companies work together so that someone in Japan or Germany, for example, can call someone else in New York with practically no delay or trouble. So the next time you pick up a stateside broadcast loud and clear, or hear everything your family says to you over the telephone, just remember that you have the Federal Communications Commission to thank. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, National All Risk Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Black Doll matter. Expense account item 1, $189.95. Plane fare and incidental to Los Angeles, California. I arrived at 10 o'clock the morning of the 12th and went directly to Hollywood, where I registered at the Wentworth Hotel. Then proceeded to Central Division Homicide and Lieutenant Victor. Got a contact this morning that you were telling, Dora. Oh, we should give you all the help we can. Well, I'll be glad to have it. Can you tell me something about the dead woman? Well, shot once through the 38 in the chest. Killed between 1 and 2, night before last. Any suspect? We've been checking on the people she knew. Talked to several of them. Couple, Mr. and Mrs. Lyon, a girlfriend, Miss June Fisher. She'd seen her during the day, but can't tell us very much. The Lyons hadn't seen her for several days. They couldn't give us any reason why someone might kill him. We've got some more names we've got to run down. Boyfriend, the William Carn. Works for Timken Aircraft and test pilot. Girlfriend says Carnes and the dead girl started seeing each other about 2 weeks ago, but she didn't believe it was anything particularly serious. She was killed in her apartment. Yeah. Killer entered by back door and flipped the screen, but wasn't robbery. Nothing was touched. Somebody just walked in and killed her. Well, that's the way it looks. Lab hasn't come up with anything that'll help so far. No print. They got the bullet, but we need the gun. What did she do with that night? Well, that's something we still got to find out. We're pretty sure she went out. There was some clothes on the chair, black, and a coat. Wouldn't wear the coat around the house. Oh. What about this boyfriend? I was going out to talk to him this morning. I wanted to check on him first. Pilot in the last war. Went to work to Timken right after he was discharged. He was seemed like a pretty solid citizen. A lot of citizens are pretty solid until they kill somebody. Yeah. Yeah, you want to run out the field with me? If you don't mind. Well, not a bit. Give me somebody to talk to. "25 minutes later, we were driving through the gate of Timken Aircraft. As we passed the long, low line of gray buildings, I saw a plane sitting on the starting line. A bullet-shaped jet with stubby, swept-back wings. Inside the main building, we were shown into Mr. Rudolph Timken's big presidential office. Come in, gentlemen. This is Lieutenant Victor. I am, sir. This is Mr. Dollar. Pleased to know you. What can I do for you? Well, we'd like to talk to one of your pilots, Mr. Timken. William Carn. Phil? Well, certainly, but I'm afraid you'll have to wait a while. He's just getting ready to take up the XR-200. Is that the jet I saw on the line? Yes, the beauty. Oh, thank you. We think it's the best. Hey, if you'd like to come out on the field, it's test isn't security. Last 2 years we've been under wraps, but since we got the budgets out and the Army's given us contracts, would you like to watch? Oh, sure would. Timken took us out in the field, and we watched the jet take off and climb toward the west. It circled, climbing till it was out of sight. We kept watching and waiting. A cool breeze was coming in from the ocean, and the sun was warm in our faces. Finally, we saw it. Here he comes. And even you. He's traveling faster than sound. Do you fly, Mr. Dollar? Only when I've got an expense account. How fast would you say he's going? You'd be very surprised with him. Even the Army was. Hey, impressed? Yeah. I'll stick to being a cop. He's in his turn now. Yeah. Come in across field. He's even lower. There he is. We waited on the field until William Carnes landed the plane. Then we went back to Timken's office. The president of Timken Aircraft gave orders for Carnes to report as soon as he could, and about 20 minutes later, the young pilot was shown in. Timken introduced us and then left. What can I do for you, Lieutenant? Yeah, just a few questions. Do you know a Miss Judith Thompson? Yeah, what's wrong? She's dead. Somebody killed her. Killed her? Don't you read the papers, Bill? Yeah, well, usually, but I've been so busy the last couple of days. She was killed night before last. What did you do night before last? Stayed home. Any way of proving it? Well, no, I live alone. I just stayed in. You don't think I killed? You've known her for about 2 weeks, haven't you? Yeah, I guess. Not about 2 weeks. Nice kid. Don't nice kid. Sorry about him. And you stayed home the night of the 10th. That's right. All night? Oh, yeah. You'll find out sooner or later. No. I took her out the night of the 10th, and I knew she'd been killed. But look, honest, I had nothing to do with it. Why'd you lie about it? Because I'm married. No, we're not living together. We're separated. My wife's living in Chicago now with a cook. Always kind of hoped we'd get back together, but if I got mixed up in a killing. He got mixed up the night you took Judith Thompson out. Look, I was lonesome. Judy was a pretty kid. I saw her about 6 times in 2 weeks. It helped. But I'm in love with my wife. I've always been in love with her. Understand it, can't you? Sure. The night of the 10th, where did you and Judy go? To the beach. Went down on the pier and played a confession. When did you get home? I don't know. I guess about 11:30 or so. Yeah, somewhere about that time, 11:30 or 12. You go right home? Yeah, right home. So, anything happened during the evening? Anything unusual? Unusual? Anybody following you? No. Judy seemed nervous or anything? No, she was fine. She's not nervous, really. Okay. That's all. Now for now. We'll talk to you again. All right? I sure wish you wouldn't tell the paper. Tell the paper? What about me? Being the one to took her out that night. Punish me for good with my wife. I wouldn't have a chance. The family doesn't like me as it is. Why did you and your wife split up? My job. I don't really blame her. Cost a woman to sit around the house when an old man is flying new stuff. What am I going to do? I guess I love flying about as much as I do my wife. Just keep hoping she'll understand and... I don't know. Well, we'll see you later. Okay, Lieutenant. It's nice meeting you, Mr. Dollar. It's nice meeting you. At that time, we put him in a big office and located Tipton. We thanked him for his cooperation, then went out to the car. We were about to drive away when Bill Carnes ran out of the building. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah. Just thought of something. Yeah? What is it? Well, I doubt if it means anything. In fact, I forgot all about it until just a minute ago. Something about the other night? Yeah. When we were down on the pier on the pipe, playing the concession, I down there had a pipe. Pipe? Yeah, that's the shooting gallery. Spent about $2 knocking down pipe and winning coupon. When I got done, Judy wanted one of the dolls, the gas supply. Yeah, that's what the big gas one up. It's about good sake. And the guy wouldn't give it to me. You got no fight with him? Well, darn, yeah. It's one up coupons for the doll, but he said it wasn't a prize. I said, what did he got it up on the shelf for? Judy wanted it, so I finally made him give it to me. Then we had to fight him for it. It wasn't so much for a dollar, but the principle. I hate to be had like that. No, it isn't much. What kind of thing? Of course, I don't know what it could have to do with Judy. Well, you never know. Did he take the doll home with him? Yeah, sure. And a lot of other things do, kind of junk food. Okay, Bill. Thanks for that. Sure. See you later. Yeah, bye. Bye. Let me... About the pipe? Yeah. He took the doll home with him. Why? Was it in the apartment? No. All the other junk from the pier was. I remember, scattered all over the dresser. Scattered, yeah? But no big black doll. You were right. About what? That is funny. You know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? According to historians, no other single man ever did as much for a country as this president did for the United States. After a brilliant military career, he was called from retirement to preside at a federal convention in Philadelphia, where he was unanimously chosen president. He was also unanimously re-elected for a second term, but refused to run for a third. Although a Federalist, he named a man from another party, Thomas Jefferson, as Secretary of State. If you don't have his name by now, here are 2 more clues. During his presidency, the cotton gin was invented, and the first census was taken. Who was he? George Washington, first President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage. And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. Lieutenant Brickford drove across town to the dead girl's apartment just off Franklin Avenue in Hollywood. A uniformed cop was still staked out at the door and gave Brickford a casual salute as we let ourselves in. Yeah? What do you say? Shot the where? From over here. A pick of the body wound puts the killer somewhere in this area here. Which way is the back door? Through there. And here's the stuff on the dresser. Uh-huh. Everything you'd win at an amusement fair. Everything but a big black doll. Why would a plaster doll be so important? I couldn't even guess. Well, it's the only lead you've got so far. Kind of check it, I suppose. Confessions are material open around the stick. You got any plans for the evening? I'm with you. Let's go talk to Bill Carnes again. I think it'd be a good idea if he came along with us tonight. We left the dead girl's apartment and drove back across town to Bill Carnes' home near the Timpkin Aircraft Factory. Bill met us at the door and showed us into an attractive living room. Find out any more about... No, about Judy? Not yet. We'd like to know some more about your argument at the pier. Well, I told you just about everything. Started over the doll. That's right. You're sure Judy had the doll with her when she went home? Well, yeah, I'm positive. So I take it into the house, had it on. Full of that roughly one. The doll was the biggest of the bunch. You can't remember anything unusual about the doll? Unusual? No? No, I mean, just a big flat doll about this big, holding an axe. You'd know this guy again? Oh, sure, I know. We're on the confession. At least he was the only one there. Well, can you go down with us tonight? To the pier? Yeah. Well, yeah, sure. You think the argument had something to do with Judy getting killed? We don't know. But that black doll wasn't in her apartment. It wasn't? Well, I saw her take it in with her. Well, it looked like somebody else took it out. Expense account item 2, $14.55. Dinner for Brickford, Carnes, and myself. A short drive later, we pulled into the big parking lot on the amusement pier. As we got out of the car, the roller coaster reached the top of the first dip high above us and started down. We crossed the parking lot and walked out on the pier. I haven't been down here in a long time. Where's the shooting going? It's down at the other end. We walked the length of the pier until we reached the shooting gallery where Bill had won the black doll. I'll step up and sign you up. The man running the confession was late 40s. Going darky and tall. We stopped a few yards away. No, he's not the one. All right, come on, boy. Sign it up. There's six deaths for what? What can we win? Anything on the kill. Oh, shit. How about the big black doll? Yeah, but you gotta hit all the same points. Well, go ahead, darling. I just gotta try it. If you don't hit them all. Okay. There you are. Hey, you must have been in the army or something. You really knocked them down. Hey, now, boy, how about it now? No, I'll just take the down. Yeah, I got two boys not going to live and show you up now, ain't you? He already did. Now, they're right, and you can win a cup of cigarettes. Just the down. Okay. There you are. The way you think you could win anything I got here. And so, you're the young man who learned this case? Yeah. We weren't running it 3 nights ago. How do you know? The taller guy, younger than you, in half good position. You'll hear that. Hey! That's his name. Yeah, who was the first caller? Where is he? Why, that's an examination. We just want to know where he is. Oh? Are you a cop? Why? Hey, you act like a cop. You win yourself a dolly. Where is he? I don't know. He quit. When did he quit? Last night. What's his full name? Tony Blevins. Where can we find him? I don't know. He works for you and you don't know where he lives? That's right. I gave him a job one night. Couldn't ask him where he lived. Why did he quit? How do I know? Just quit. That he was good, just to pay. There's nothing illegal about that, is there? You ever been arrested? Me? You? No. I want you to tell me everything you know about Tommy Gilbert. Rick and I questioned and cross-questioned the manager of the shooting gallery. He said his name was Virgil Wellman, but he'd never seen Charlie Gilbert till the night he'd hired him 3 weeks before. He knew very little about the man, but readily admitted Gilbert had a bad temper. He swore he didn't know where Gilbert lived or what he did in his spare time. Well, we left the pier and drove Bill home. The lieutenant dropped me off at my hotel. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the dinner. What happens now? Well, get some sleep and try to find Gilbert. Well, you got a pretty good description. Yeah. I'll put out an APB and check the mug. Just might have a record. I'm going to check on that guy at the shooting gallery, too. I think I've seen that face somewhere. What are you going to do with the doll? Have the lab look it over? Bet you don't find anything. Then I'll give it back to you. You want it. Gee, thanks. It's just what I always wanted. It's nice, isn't it? I went to my room, climbed into bed, and tried to put the puzzle together. After a half dozen cigarettes, I gave up and turned off the light. I felt as though I'd hardly fallen asleep. Okay. Yeah. All right, sure. $20. Oh, nice. Hey, what time is it? 2 o'clock? Goodbye. Hey, wait a minute. Nothing important. Okay. I'll wake up. Who'll wake you up? About an hour ago, they hauled a man out of the ocean. Been shot twice. About 36 hours. Who is he? I don't know. No identification. Nothing in our file on his print. It was sent for a kickback from Washington. Why is this corpse so important? Because he fits the description Times and Wilma gave us. Gilbert? Yeah. I went through the mugs and came up with an identification on the guy who was running the shooting gallery tonight. I knew I'd seen him before. Who is he? Right name's Virgil Shelton. Wilma's an alias. Got a narcotics record. Served 5 years. Only been out for a couple of months. Wow. That sounds interesting. How about the dead man you found in the ocean? Carnes coming in to make an identification? Already sent for him. You coming down? Right away. Expense account item 3, $2.60, cab fare to the city hall, where I went directly to homicide and Lieutenant Brickford. Carnes had not yet arrived, so Brickford showed me the mug and record on the shooting gallery owner, then took me down to the morgue. The man they pulled out of the tea certainly fitted the description of Gilbert. Shortly afterward, Carnes was shown in to make the identification. Yeah. That Gilbert? That's the man I had the argument with. You sure? Yeah. I'm sure. Lieutenant, he said he'd been dead about 36 hours. Close. And he was killed shortly after the girl was. Yeah. Here's the kickback we were waiting for, Colin. Prints on the dead man identify him as Frank Sidney, alias Charles Sidney, alias Sidney Gilbert, alias Charles Gilbert. Yeah, FBI wants a narcotics rest. Oh, it sure gives him something in common with a guy at the shooting gallery, though, eh? Let's take another ride down to that pier. Well, we had our first positive connection. Both of the men who worked at the shooting gallery had federal records and were wanted on narcotics rap. Now all we had to find out is why the girl was killed, who did it, and how did the missing black doll figure. Bickford told Sergeant Hardy to take Carnes home. Then we went down in the garage and climbed into the lieutenant's car. 25 minutes later, we were back at the amusement pier. The concessions were all closed. The entire pier was dark except for a few work lights at the entrance. We walked to the shooting gallery and stopped. Could be a front. Yeah, it could. The lab find out anything about the doll? No. Well, remind me to give it to you. Yeah, I'll tie a string around my finger. Yeah, let's take a look around back. You know, I got a hunch. About the doll? Yeah, probably the same one you've got. Suppose the doll Cons had the argument about was supposed to be picked up by a particular party, expected about the time Cons arrived. Yeah. The doll you won tonight, how? Big thing. Could hold a couple of bimbles. Nice way to pass the stuff, huh? Oh, hold it. Boat coming in at the end of the pier. One. Let's take a look. You got a gun? Yeah. Might just be a fisherman. Might, but I doubt it. Better take it easy. The boat was pulled up to a small landing where a ladder led down from a spot a few yards away from it. I got down on our hands and knees and crawled to the pier end. Below it, we could make out 2 men in the boat, 2 on the landing. One of the men in the boat stood at the wheel while the other passed a large crate to the men on the landing. Okay, remember this is the last smoke for a while. You contact the actor of Esau. The law's getting a little too nosy. Recognize him? Ben from the shooting gallery. They're coming up. Take it easy with that thing. Okay, hand it up. Okay. Now let's get out of here. We gotta be in Fresno by 7. Hold it right there. Hold up. Look out. You okay? Yeah. Oh, this one's dead. Hey, Virgil's still with it. Yeah. Take it down for a second. I don't want to look in that bar. Yeah. You got a match? Yeah, right here. Well, looky here. Dog. Big black dog. And look what's inside. Mr. Dollar, looks like we've just cracked a king-size narcotics ring. Still looks that way, Lieutenant. Virgil Wellman lived long enough to cover the whole thing. Once a week, one of the big black dolls would pass through a pickup. Mike Carnes had the argument with one of those times. Gilbert knew he couldn't take a chance on a fight that would bring the police, so he gave Carnes the doll, closed the shooting gallery, and followed. Judith Thompson surprised him in the act of stealing the doll, and he had to kill her. Virgil Wellman knew Carnes would be able to identify Gilbert, and with a murder, the police would be sure to investigate. So he killed Gilbert and dumped him off the pier. Expense account items 4, 5, and 6. $260.50. Hotel bill, breakfast, and plane fare back to Hartford. Lieutenant Brickler drove me to the airport, thanked me, and gave me the big black doll I'd won at the shooting gallery. It looks awful, but makes the fare ashtray. Expense account total, $457.60. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Tonight on FDN Presents, you've been listening to some of the best of radio drama. Jessica Tim and Johnny Dollar. Be sure and join us again tomorrow night at the same time, 9:05, when FDN presents My Favorite Husband and the Great Gilder's Place.